Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in LJ Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In VLSI Design, Unit number 3, MOS transistor, and today's topic we are discuss about MOSFET current and voltage characteristic. In the previous session we discussed about what exactly the threshold voltage is and how we can decide the threshold voltage for the particular MOSFET. Like you already know the threshold voltage importance when you are dealing with any electronics component. You know the silicon have a threshold voltage 0.7. So similarly, how the threshold voltage actually affect a specific transistor level, or also we can check how the threshold voltage actually play a main role when you apply a specific voltage level on drain to source and source to drain terminal. And according to that we prove the threshold voltage, it's a Vt, and also we identify the gamma coefficient. And in terms of the both case, we are considering the with substrate bias and without substrate bias, means VSB is equal to 0 and VSB does not is equal to 0. So already we prove what exactly threshold voltage is in previous section. Now we are talking about what exactly the MOSFET and current and voltage characteristic. So now as you can see this diagram, you can easily see in terms of the linear variation, because as you can easily see the VGS is greater than VTO, means in terms of threshold voltage, and the drain current will flow from according to the VDS in terms of the channel will be established from Y is equal to 0 to Y is equal to L. So in perpendicular you can see the X axis, and the parallel we can see the Y axis on particular channel. So the channel will be from Y is equal to 0 to Y is equal to L, and the depletion region is also established. As you already know, the depletion layer will establish when your channel will be goes from accumulation to the surface inversion. So depletion layer will be created between accumulation to surface inversion, and after that channel will be formed. So as you can see the channel will be formed from source to drain terminal. So it's like this. And we are taking the substrate bias, means VB is equal to 0 for this particular region, and we are taking the NMOS here because it's a P type of substrate. So it's look like this. Similarly, you can see the in books you see the diagram is look like this. Now there are some equations for the threshold voltage characteristics, and similarly we can identify some regions. If a linear region VDS is less than VGS minus VTO. In pitch off condition, VDS is equal to VGS minus VTO. In saturation region, VDS is greater than or equal to VGS minus VTO. So we already seen this scenario in external bias effect or in pinch off conditions when you applied some certain voltages to the terminal side. So we already see when the linear channel will be established, when pinch off condition will be established, when actually we enter in saturation region. So we can easily identify in this particular scenario. In linear region, so as you can see we're talking about the linear region, so Vs is equal to Vb is equal to 0. So we're talking about the substrate and source terminal both are 0. In a saturation region, the VDS is greater than or equal to VGS minus VTO, or it is greater than or equal to VGS minus VTO, or equal to VGS minus VTO. In linear region, the VGS is greater than VTO, so VDS is equal to VGS minus VTO. So now we consider the situation that when VGS is greater than VTO. In such condition, VTO is constant throughout the channel for Y is equal to 0 to Y is equal to L. So your channel will be established from Y is equal to 0 to Y is equal to L, and in this particular scenario it will be moved from 0 to L, and we apply the certain voltages. So Y is equal to 0 at the source channel and Y is equal to L at the drain terminals. Now for the boundary condition we are considering the Vc is equal to 0 to VDS, and for the channel we have from Y is equal to 0 to Y is equal to L. So it's represent the length at Y is equal to 0 when the channel will be start forming, and is equal to L, means total length of the channel will be established between source to drain terminal. So we can easily see with this type of the diagram that we already seen in first slide. So Y is the length of channel and Vc is the channel voltage. So Vc is equal to Y is equal to 0 at Vs is equal to 0. How we can prove this thing? So as you can see in this particular terminal, that you can see at Y is equal to 0, Vc is equal to 0 volt, and for y is equal to L, we have a channel will be established equal to VDS. as you can see. Okay, so at Vs is equal to 0, at Vc is equal to y is equal to 0, and y is equal to L at Vc is equal to Vds. So now according to the charge equation that we have, C is equal to Q by V, so Q is equal to C into V. It's because of the surface inversion, we are talking about the N-type MOSFET or N layer, so we can see the Q1 of Y is equal to minus COX VGS minus VTO minus VC of Y. So in this particular situation that you can see VC minus VTO minus VC of Y, so VC of Y is represent the Y is equal to 0 to Y is equal to L, and COX is represent the charge content which is available when you're talking about a surface inversion. So the surface inversion, so VGS minus VTO minus VC of Y, so total source voltage that we have. The current will not flow through the channel inversion. Current is depends on applied voltage of VDS and VGS, and channel is work as a VTG control resistor or VT control resistor. So now what exactly, how we can calculate the current and voltage characteristic, and for calculating the current and voltage characteristic we can do one thing. We are taking the small portion of a particular channel, it will be established from y is equal to 0 to y is equal to L. So here y is equal to 0 and y is equal to L, so we are taking the small portion of the channel, it's a dy, it's a dr is equal to resistance of this particular port. So R is equal to rho L by A. L is equal to the length of the channel, R A is equal to the area will be established. So incremental resistance E dy is given as dr is equal to minus dy. So now we calculate the area. So area we have to consider W is equal. So here we are considering the dr is equal to minus dy W by mu L into Q1 of Y, where W is equal to, we represent the width of the particular channel, it's an N type of impurity as I already told you, and Q1 is represent the charge that we have. So W is equal to width that I already told you, and mu N is equal to surface mobility for the N type moment. The voltage across this part according to ohmic law, as you can see, V is equal to IR, so dVc is equal to ID into IR, that you already seen. Channel voltage, so dV is equal to ID minus dy divided by W mu N Q1 of Y. So dVc is equal to ID dot minus dy W by mu N minus COX into VGS minus VTO minus VC of Y. So this equation already we have according to Q1, that we have an equation, this one. So we directly put the value of Q1 of Y is equal to minus COX into VGS minus VTO into VC of Y. So we are taking the minus outside, so minus dy minus W mu N COX VGS minus VTO into VC of Y. So dVc is equal to ID into, it became positive, so minus minus will be cancelled out, so dy divided by W mu N COX into VGS minus VTO minus VC of Y. So why we have the channel established, it will be starting from y is equal to 0 to y is equal to L. So we directly put the multiplication of ID into dy is equal to W mu N COX into VGS minus VTO minus VC of Y to dVc. So now we take the value, as I already told you, we have a channel range from y is equal to 0 to y is equal to L. So we put equation, we put the integration on both the side, we have a voltage side from 0 to VDS, and from the channel length we have 0 to L. So now we set the value according to the channel length, so 0 to L, integrate from ID into dy is equal to 0 to VDS W mu N COX into VGS minus VTO minus VC of Y into dVc. So now we start the integration form from here. So we take a common of ID 0 to L into 1 dot dy is equal to W mu N COX 0 to VDS. We put integration inside a bracket also. So it's look like this. We put the equation, and then we are assuming x dot dx is equal to x square comma divided by 2. So VC of y have a same for v square c, VC square y divided by 2. So we put the equation, and as you can see, after putting the equation, we are taking the value, we are removing the 0. So ID of L is equal to W mu N COX into VGS minus VTO into VDS 0 minus V square ds divided by 2. we have equation is look like this. So finally we are getting the equation ID of L is equal to W mu n Cux by 2 into VGS minus V2 into VDS minus V square ds, because we are taking the common of 2, so we have to multiply here into 2. So we are directly taking this equation. So now we simplified it. So Wn mu n Cux by 2, W by L ratio, we are taking W by L, we are taking the L value and we put the value from here to here, 2 into VGS minus V2 into VDS minus V square ds. So finally we are getting the ID equation for the drain current for particular linear variation. So it look like this and we can easily identify. So now as you can see, after identify the particular equation, so we have equation like this: ID is equal to mu n Cux by 2, W by L. We are taking the length and width ratio separately, so 2 VGS minus V2 into VDS minus V square ds. So now we identify this value, and we can also put a k by 2 into VGS minus V2 into VDS minus V square ds. So we take a constant k is equal to mu n Cux by 2, W by L. So now we already proved the equation for the drain current for the linear scenario, and now we prove the equation for the saturation for the similarity. So saturation, we have a situation of VDS is greater than or equal to VGS minus VTO. So ID saturate is equal to mu n Cux by 2, W by L, 2 into VGS minus VTO into VDS minus V square ds. So now what exactly we did? We put VDS is equal to VGS minus VTO, because as we already see in this particular scenario that VDS is equal to VGS minus VTO. So now simply we put in this equation VDS is equal to VGS minus VTO. So after the proving equation, you are getting the equation like this: ID saturation is equal to mu n Cux by 2, W by L, 2 into VGS minus VTO whole square minus VGS minus VTO whole square. And after simplify this equation, we minimize it, and the mu n Cux by 2, W by L, VGS minus VTO whole square. So now we can easily prove that particular equation, that for the linear region and similarly for the saturation region, that how we design and simplify the linear and saturation region. And also the ID equation is play a main role, as I already told you in the starting of this chapter. If you identify or if you see any type of the data sheet in terms of the controller, processor, or even in hardware parts in terms of the sensor, so the ID equation is play a main role, because current is play a main role to drive any particular applications, and any particular application is also play a main role for simplify the data, for the transformation of the data. So ID equation is play a main role. So we already proved the equation for the ID linear and for the ID saturation. For ID saturation, we have a mu n Cux by 2, W by L, VGS minus VTO whole square. And for the ID linear, we have ID linear is equal to mu n Cux by 2, W by L into 2 into VGS minus VTO into VDS minus V square ds. So here you can take also constant of k. So ID saturation is equal to k by 2 VGS minus VTO whole square. We directly take a k is equal to mu n Cux W by L. So we take a directly constant instead of writing mu n Cux W by L. And for the similarity, we can see the linear graph variations in terms of the software side or also in terms of the hardware side, because I already told you that this particular graph you will see in each and every data sheets is generally based on this particular graph. You can see what exactly the range of VDS value, what exactly the limit of threshold value, and how the channel will be formed in the linear variations, and what exactly the limit of a threshold voltage is, limit of particular VGS and VDS voltages, and how you can set the threshold limit, how you can identify the sensor or any device entered in saturation region or in pinch off point. So we can easily identify each and every points from this diagram. So it's play a main role when we talking about the current and voltage characteristics, and based on this particular characteristic we can see the threshold limit for particular VGS value, and it will increase, but after some time it will be break a particular points. So it will be look like this in terms of the transfer characteristics from the ID and VGS, and also in terms of the particular VGS value and particular VGS limit. So we can easily see and we can identify the different values of particular point. And also with help of this diagram, it play a main role to set the threshold value for particular input data or particular source side. So I hope that you definitely get the idea about what exactly the current and voltage characteristic is for particular MOSFET. And in next session we're talking about the channel length modulation, that what exactly the variation will be formed in the channel if you change the value of VDS and VGS, and what exactly you can see the variation on both the side if you apply the certain voltage limit. So definitely it play a main role when we're talking about the channel length modulations. And after the characteristic of MOSFET, we get the idea about channel length modulations, and we also see what exactly the variation is possible on input side. So I hope you getting the idea about voltage and characteristic of MOSFET, and if you have any doubt, so you can contact me. So thank you very much.